got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell cause the tea don't stop. It's nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell cause the tea don't stop. You don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell cause the tea don't stop. Sip, don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell cause the tea don't stop. Queen of the plot, hit that bell cause the tea don't stop. Sip, don't miss nothing. She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell cause the tea don't stop.
Have to take my. Hey, everybody in the chat, how are y'all doing? I am tired as heck. My daughter graduates next week, and I just been running around, trying to get everything together. So, yeah, I've been busy. But yeah, thank y'all for joining. Y'all, I don't know what's going on with YouTube. YouTube, and I hope they hear this video. YouTube is full of SHIT, okay? They are doing some weird things. Now, I've been on YouTube this is my 3rd year, and I ain't never saw this before, okay? YouTube is doing weird stuff. I know y'all seeing all those videos about people saying they've been demonetized and all of that, honey. I did a video, and the video got about 131,000 views. Do y'all know YouTube demonetized the video and said it wasn't suitable for kids? But here's the deal. Normally what I've been doing is I do my regular video, which is, if somebody is watching it at home on their television, it's framed for television. And then I also do it on your phone because a lot of us are on our cell phones. Same video, the exact same video. How in the hell is one suitable for children and the other one is not? Here's the deal with YouTube. YouTube is using a lot of bots, fake ass people, to actually look over stuff that they really shouldn't look over. And what it's doing is it is affecting people that's content creators negatively, because what they're doing, they're flagging videos that's nothing wrong with the video. And it's like nobody that you can talk to. So YouTube has taught me a lot. And one of the things it's taught me is to somehow build your own platform. So I'm working on some things because I can't depend on nobody but myself, because the fact that they demonetized the video that nothing was wrong with the video is just you know, when y'all open up the YouTube app, you see a lot of people complaining. So I don't know what's going on with YouTube. Like I said, I've never saw this. I don't know what's going on, but I literally was over here working for free, okay? Because they went and demonetized my video for no reason, okay? And I don't like that. So y'all go ahead and y'all can send me a Cash App, okay? So I'll put that up later. Y'all can take a screenshot of that. But yeah, so we're here because y'all, we are no, Gail. So you don't have to be 18, but some content is supposed to be for. So let me kind of give you an explanation, Gail. Let's say I'm doing a live and we doing a whole bunch of cussing and we talking about sex and we're talking about things that an 18-year-old should, you know, you got to be 18 to listen to that. That is, you know, when that happens, they will put your content in an area that a lot of people can't see it. But you really have to be very, you got to be doing a lot of stuff. But basically in that video, we were watching the Stefan Diggs trial. It was nothing was wrong with the video. So no, you don't have to be 18 to watch, you know, to be on YouTube. But as I was telling y'all in no, this is a video. They did this for a video. So the way that YouTube works is your channel being demonetized is, if your channel is demonetized, then it doesn't matter because it don't matter what videos you do. I'm speaking of a video. So I shouldn't say they demonetized the video. They put the video in a category for 18 and older. So if ever they put your video in a category of 18 and older, it's like you just did the video for free because you won't make money. It's just almost impossible. The only way you probably could make money is, let's say if you had maybe 5 million subscribers or something high number. So if they put your video, you know, in a category for 18 or older, you more than likely ain't finna make shit, because what you want to do is keep your video so that anybody can watch it. Because if you don't, they're going to restrict it, which means anybody who they feel is under 18, they're not going to see your video. So you don't do that. So that's why a lot of times, you know, when people do videos, they keep it cute, because if they go off too much, it's going to put the video in another category, if that makes sense. But yeah, y'all, so we have been talking about Tasha K. And I'm going to say this again, because sometimes, and I don't know, you know, I know I'm a different kind of Black person. I try to be different. I don't try to do what everybody else did, although I do, because, you know, that's just how it is. Sometimes, and that's, you know, part of the reason why when I first started doing this blogging thing, at first it was a little bit hard for me, because I was like, well, I don't want to talk about people, you know, because that's going to be like, you know, maybe I don't like them. But I had to overcome that. When y'all see me doing videos on people, that really don't have anything to do with my personal feelings. So I just wanted to correct that, because I think some people think that I don't like Tasha. I don't like what she did when she lied and went and got my channel struck, but I don't really have any feelings negatively toward the lady. I'm simply talking about the news, and this is in the news, and I've been telling you all for quite some time, okay, as it relates to Tasha K, and Cardi B. This is all public record. You guys can literally go and create you an account, a Pacer account, and get all of these documents yourself. This is not like, you know, these are only documents that I can get. You can get these documents as well. Now, I was telling you all that Cardi B's attorneys had filed motions or paperwork, whatever you guys want to call it. And basically what Cardi B's attorneys said is that Tasha K is not following the court order. Now, a lot of people thought, well, you know, she's a blogger, she can talk. We all can talk, but I've just learned this myself, okay? Because Cardi B agreed to a payment plan, one of the things that she agreed to, that Tasha K agreed to, is that she cannot talk about Cardi B. Tasha K signed an agreement, because I also want y'all to understand this. At first, Tasha K did not want to sign it. She didn't want to sign it. And Cardi B was like, cool, don't sign it, because at the end of the day, you're going to give me my money if I got to take it out of your account. So because Tasha K wanted her bankruptcy to move forward, she signed it, and it's a disparagement agreement. What it says is you can't. So really what it says in a nutshell, she actually can talk about Cardi B in a positive way. So she can't say anything negative about Cardi B, nothing about her family, nothing. And I know some, people was in the chat like, well, Stefon Diggs is not her family. Let me make sure y'all understand. Okay, you can say that Stefon Diggs is not legally her family, but because they have a child together, I would say that they are some kind of family because they do have a child together. Had they been married? Absolutely not. But what y'all need to understand is when the judge is seeing repeated things, it's not one, it's not two, it's not 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, I mean 25, 26. Keep in mind, these are just the times that Cardi B's attorneys has caught her. So it wasn't about the, Stefon ain't really her family. Well, what about Offset? Why is she continuing to talk about Offset? Now, y'all had said, and I'm going to play a video because you all were telling me that Tasha K said that she lost. So I have the court documents, but what you have to understand is it takes a moment for the court documents to actually update. So I did not find the document that said that she lost, but what I did find was this right here.
Nobody was prepared. It is what it is. Okay, I said, chat, listen, I'm used to losing. I said, what happened, Chase? You got fined. I said, who got fined? You did. I was like, God. Then he said, we did. I said, wait a minute, we. Hold up. We both got fined. He said, yeah, I got to pay 10% of your attorney fees. I said, what? I'm used to losing, but I always overcome, okay? What's the solution, brother? Hey, brother, stay with me. Chad was done. He was like, this is going to be a PR nightmare. I said, what are you talking about? Judge said you can't talk about people. You can't talk about them. You can't do that. Take it down. Okay? And even my content was on it. My logo was on it. Take it down. I said, okay, Chad, I'll take it down. I'll take it down. No problem. How much we are?
So let me kind of bring some clarity to what she's saying. This is a mess. This is a mess. Tasha K lost, okay? The paperwork is just not out yet because I checked. Usually it's, it takes maybe a few days, and in some, instances it can take several weeks. But she lost. Do y'all remember I kept telling you guys that this was going on, and Tasha K said, oh, it was a lie. Nothing was happening. So she finally admitted that it did happen and she lost. But remember, I kept telling y'all that I believe that she will lose. And I'm going to tell you why. Cardi B's attorneys presented a solid case. It was multiple times. They had the links, they had the video, they even had the picture of everything. So it wasn't a case where, Cardi B's attorneys was saying, okay, well, she did it 3 times. It was a repeated thing. Now, what Tasha K said in her video, and it's crazy that she's laughing. Maybe it's just my cheap ass, because let me tell you something. I don't like paying for stuff that I shouldn't ordinarily have to pay. So if I am required to pay somebody because I done effed up, you better believe I'm not going to continue to pay them. She's laughing, and I'm still trying to figure out what the hell is so damn funny. So what Tasha K is saying is that not only do she got to pay, her lawyer has to pay. But let's get into the part of why her lawyer has to pay. When Tasha K was continuing to talk about Cardi B and Cardi B's baby daddy, her husband, because what people fail to realize is Cardi B is still married to Offset. They're not divorced yet. Tasha K's attorneys was running ads on the content. Like, what kind of weird is that? Why is her attorney running ads on content that she is not even supposed to be talking about? Wouldn't you think that your own attorney would be like, no, take that down? So I thought that was really weird, that her attorney would have his ads running across something that is violating a court order. So it seems like what Tasha K is saying, and obviously I don't have the court order because it's not finalized yet. She's saying that her attorney has to pay as well. How messed up is that?
Yo, I don't know, we owe on Monday, but just the order's gonna go in. I was like, oh my God, we lost. We lost the war.
So she confirms that they lost. Now I'm going to get into the bankruptcy part because what I also want y'all to understand, Tasha K's bankruptcy is confirmed. But what I also need you guys to understand is Cardi B did not have to take a payment plan. She took it based on one reason. Well, should I say one reason? Well, one thing. And that one thing is that Tasha K would not continue to talk about her. The first hurdle that Cardi B and her attorneys got through, excuse me, I had a cough. Excuse me. So the first hurdle that Cardi B and her attorneys got through, wait, I got to get some tissue, y'all. Oh, boy. Oh. Sorry about that. Okay, so the first hurdle that Cardi B and her attorneys got through is proving to the judge that Tasha K is not following what? The court order. This was number one. Now, yesterday, just yesterday, she's already admitted that she lost. Y'all ain't gonna guess what she did yesterday. I already did a video about it. She went back on her platform again. What did she do? She was talking about Stefan and Offset. She deleted the video, but I want y'all to understand it doesn't matter that she deleted it because they are watching her. So essentially what's going to happen is the next move is they're going to go back into court and say, Judge, she continues to not follow the order. Therefore, my client wants to be taken out of the bankruptcy. That's going to be the next move. I'm just trying to let y'all know, like, this is a first step. The next step, they're going to continue to get evidence against her because she's going to continue to violate. Something is wrong with her. She just did it yesterday. Went on her platform again after she says on this video that her own attorney said, don't talk about them. If she was my client, I would drop her. I would say, I don't want you to be my client. So Tasha K, not only do she got to pay, the judge made her own attorney pay because the judge is probably like, what kind of damn lawyer are you? Like, how are you having your own ads run on something that you know is a violation of the court order?
We lost the war. But you know what I have? My dignity. Apparently, it was a shit show today in court. Nobody was prepared. It is what it is. Okay, I said, chat, listen, I'm used to losing. I said, what happened, Chase? You got fined. I said, who got fined? You did. I was like, God. Then he said, we did. I said, what do you mean we? Hold up. We both got fined? He said, yeah, I got to pay 10% of your attorney fees. I said, what?
You hear that? The attorney got fined. Imagine an attorney representing you. You pay them, right? So they're representing you, but the judge feel like your attorney is so trash and so full of trash, like the client, that the judge orders the attorney to pay. I don't want you as my client, but I feel like the attorney deserved to pay because why are you allowing her to run ads on content that you know goes against the court order? Now, I'm probably going to do this on the weekend because I have, maybe on Saturday, I have the court documents in which Tasha K filed in response. Y'all, we're going to have to get into that later, but I can understand why the judge made him pay because for him to be a damn lawyer, he's stupid as HELL. And the documents that he filed on behalf of Tasha, he pretty much accused Cardi B as if she wasn't a victim in this circumstance. Now, I'm not a Cardi B fan like that, but I believe in what's right. You don't get to go out and victimize somebody, lie on them, make up all of these lies, and then now you become the victim in some shit that you created. So Tasha K's attorney is trash.
I'm used to losing, but I always overcome, okay? What's the solution, brother? Hey, brother, stay with me. Chad was done. He was like, this is going to be a PR nightmare. I said, what are you talking about? Chad said, you can't talk about people. You can't talk about them. You can't do that. Take it down. Okay? And even my content was on it. My logo was on it. Take it down. I said, okay, Chad, I'll take it down. I'll take it down. No problem. How much we owe? I don't know. We owe on Monday. But just the order's going to go in. I was like, oh, my God.
Why is this so hard to believe? Guys, and please tap the like button. I done told y'all YouTube already playing with us over here. So all you need to do is hit the like button. That's all I need y'all to do. Please hit the like button. So why would she think that the judge was not going to order her to pay? Let me make sure y'all understand this. This lady is laughing. She already has to pay Cardi B monthly. Now, whatever the judge orders her to pay Cardi B, this ain't monthly. So she needs to cough this money up. They may give her 60 days. They may give her 90 days. She will not be able to roll this into any type of bankruptcy. I want y'all to know that. You say free speech. Well, her speech cost. So, yeah, it ain't free when you have a judgment against you, just like the people in jail don't got free speech either. So free speech ain't free to everybody. So that is simply not true. So she finally comes out and admits it, but laughing as if it is a joke. Something is wrong with this lady. I'm going to drop the link and I'm going to keep talking until, you know, if you guys want to come up, you can. But I said this was going to be, oh my God, what I just did. This is going to be much like a call-in show if you guys want to come up. Just give me a second. I'm going to put it in the chat. But you guys are going to have to, you're going to have your face out because it be trolls and I don't have time for it. So if you can't show your face, then just don't click the link. Somebody said, when did the people in jail stop having free speech? Okay, well, go in there and talk crazy and they're going to put your ass in the hole. You said huh? What? Come on, when did the people in jail stop having free speech? What person in jail got free speech? If you say something, can't they lock you, put you in the hole? How is it free? When you have a judgment order through the courts, you have freedom of speech, just not to. Right. This has nothing to do with these folks. I ain't finna be explaining. How old is these folks in here? I promise you I ain't finna be explaining that. If you think she got free speech to talk about Cardi B, then help her pay that bill then. Because at this point, the free speech is out the window. Now, if she had paid the judgment, I guess it would be okay. But I guess the point that you guys are missing is Cardi B agreed to a payment plan. Cardi B didn't have to agree to a payment plan. If y'all don't know, Cardi B's judgment is non-dischargeable. So Cardi B did not even have to agree to a payment plan. That's the part that I think you guys are missing. When Cardi B got her judgment, one of the things that the judge said is that Tasha did this maliciously and she did it with intent. Therefore, it cannot be included in a bank. Well, I shouldn't say it can't be included. It can't be discharged in a bankruptcy. So generally, let's say a person files for bankruptcy. Some debts can be discharged or whatever, but then some just can't. So unfortunately, you know, the way that she went about this situation, she has to pay it. This judgment is not going anywhere. Right. Yeah. You said it be hateful, people screaming free speech when they know it be lies and wouldn't want people out on them. Well, I mean, free speech can get your tail a lawsuit, can't it? Girl, get out of my comment. Go somewhere and find your friends. Yes, but I thought this was kind of weird that even after this, her attorney had reached out to her and said, we lost. She still got on this internet and was talking crazy. Now, some of y'all missed it. Let me see if I can find it for y'all. because she deleted it. Now, if you did not get a chance to see it, I do have a little bit of it that I can show y'all. Give me a second. Because I did commentary on it as well yesterday, but specifically the part where she was talking about Pinky Cole. So give me a second. Give me a second. She deleted the video. She deleted the video. So let me kind of show y'all here. So this video was deleted. I'm going to share my screen. You guys will not be able to see this because it's deleted. So right here is a video that she did. And this video is deleted. Now, keep in mind, this video was done after she had already been notified that she lost.
This morning, same day of the Met Gala. I said, who knew? Okay. It's a lot going down in that courtroom.
You to do what you agreed to not do. And then you're doing it on social media. It's like, this is crazy. You are asking for this woman to take every single thing you have. Why would you put your family at risk, your kids at risk? You got to keep paying your attorney fees. Oh, y'all, it's going to get even crazier, okay? Tasha K knows what she's going through. Let me put, first, let's deal with one at a time. Let's get into this part first. Listen to Tasha. Did I share my screen? Listen, oh, I didn't share it. Y'all listen to this right here. This took me out. I said, this girl is, listen to this. Listen to this fool.
Now listen, full show. Definitely going to be reviewing Stephon Diggs' trial day one that happened in Boston this morning. Same day of the Met Gala. I said, who knew? Okay. It's a lot going down in that courtroom. A lot was exposed. We're going to unwind it all. You guys know that we've been covering this since before anybody was ever covering, okay, Stephon Diggs, okay? Also, we're going to be talking about Offset and Quavo back in the studio. Sherry Shepherd.
Now, the reason why I wanted to share y'all that video, because that is a video that she did right after learning that she had lost. Like, girl, you are still talking about these folks. She went back and deleted the video, but what I want y'all to understand, it even states this in the court documents. Cardi B says that she had to have her attorneys to watch Tasha K. So it's like, girl, they are watching you. Imagine having somebody watching you every time you go online. Okay, so you still doing the same shit after being told by your attorney that you now have to pay her more money? Like, that's, girl, you crazy. Now, someone put in the chat that garnished wages is still a payment plan. No, it's not. Your wages is being garnished because you owe and you don't have a payment plan. So that's not true. If somebody garnished your wages, that's because you didn't pay. So yeah, garnished wages is just what it sounds. They took their money because you owed it. Generally, if you had a payment plan, you agreed to pay. But if they garnished, they just took it. It's kind of like, yeah, somebody put in the chat, SNGFCNT. Garnished wages is taken by force. Having a payment plan is wiser to set that amount. You would like to come out rather than them just take your whole check. Yeah, so garnished wages is not a payment plan. Like, that's, I mean, if you even look up the word garnish, they will take your money. So essentially, if she did not sign that non-disparagement agreement, Cardi B would have garnished her YouTube check, garnished her account. But keep in mind, you dragged this lady, talked about this lady, lied on this lady, and she still took a payment plan. I mean, she took a payment plan. She didn't really need to take a payment plan, but you're still doing it over and over again. I think this is crazy. Like, it has to be something wrong with this lady. It got to be something wrong with her. Like, why would you be on this good old internet causing problems for yourself and your family? Where is her husband at? Is something wrong with him? Why would your husband allow you to go on the internet and take money away from your family to give to a rich lady? Because Cardi B don't need them little coins. I mean, I would take it if I was her because she spent money on her attorneys and she feel like she was defamed, so she's definitely entitled to it. But by no means, that lady don't need that money. You are a person who don't have 4 million paying a millionaire. You should feel like a fool. You should feel like a complete idiot. If I was her, I would have moved on. You made a mistake, move on. You are steady wallowing in doo-doo, steady keeping it going. Somebody said whether they take it out or not, it's still payments. Like I said, Tasha doesn't have 4 million. No. If they have to take the money from you, that is not a payment plan, just so you know. If anytime somebody takes something from you, let me just give you an example. I owe taxes, right? I didn't set up a payment plan because it wasn't that much. And I'm cheap. I was like, I'm not going to give them $70 when I literally owe under $1,000. So I'm like, I'm not going to do that. So I was paying them like I was sending 400. I was sending 300, whatever. I was just sending it every month. And it was down to, I don't know, 200-300 or something. How much did I owe? Yeah, it was down to 300, right? The lady didn't check and saw that she didn't even check it and sent something to my bank for $670. I didn't even owe them $670. So what she did was she garnished my bank account. Was I paying? Yes. But she tried to get me to do a payment plan, and I didn't want to do no payment plan because I didn't want to pay $70 extra. So because I did not take a payment plan, although I was paying it, she went into my account and took the money, which I ended up getting it back because she took the wrong amount because she didn't even look at the amount I truly owed. So just so you know, when somebody take money out of your account, that is them forcefully taking it because you didn't pay. So yeah, that's not a payment plan. Just so you know. Well, yeah, they can't take $4 million from her because she don't have $4 million. So essentially, let me kind of tell you how that means, how that works. Let's say, not let's say, Cardi B has a $4 million judgment against Tasha K. Tasha K don't have $4 million, but what Cardi B can do if she did not set up a payment plan, let's say Tasha K's YouTube check is $200,000. Cardi B can take the entire thing. So that's why it was very important for her to set up a payment plan, because when people when they garnish your check, they don't have to consider any bills that you have to pay. That has nothing to do with them. That's why it was safe for her to file bankruptcy, because the bankruptcy court protects her in a sense to say, okay, well, she only can afford to pay this amount. Where it is when they garnish the money, they take in whatever, like, by her owing Cardi B 4 million, she can empty the account, and she can do that every month. So that's kind of how it works. So it is wiser to go on a payment plan if you can't afford to pay the full amount. And that was my point. And when, I had my little small amount that I owe, I really could have afforded to pay the whole thing. I just didn't do it. I was like, okay, I'll pay it. But because I didn't pay the full amount, they took it out, which again was the incorrect amount. And I ended up getting the money back. But hopefully that, kind of clarifies what it means when they, forcefully take it out. If you can't afford to pay it, your best bet is to get on a payment plan, because if you can't afford it and you have any money in the bank, they're going to take all your money. And if you got to pay your rent, your car note, buy food, and they take all your money, what are you going to do? So if that kind of helps, which is crazy, because if she cannot afford to pay $4 million, why are you getting yourself in this situation? Why? Because I really believe that Cardi B would have probably let this go if she would have acted accordingly, because I don't know if you guys remember, but it was a time where Cardi B was seemingly feeling sorry for Tasha K, and she had went on social media. This was a few years ago, and she was kind of insinuating that she was going to kind of let it go, and then something else had happened between her and Tasha K. So, I mean, I don't know. This is crazy. This is really extremely crazy. You said, yep, like that with medical bills. If they send you a collection and you answer the phone and acknowledge the debt, they can garnish your wages. If you admit it you by answering the phone or mail. This isn't about not liking Tasha K. This is what the law said, whether it's me or you. The law is the same. Yeah, I mean, I don't have no energy to this or this. If I was on here, this has nothing to do with like or dislike. We're just talking about the case. So, I hate that some of y'all think that, people really be on here in their emotions talking about people they don't like. I can't make money about talking about people that I don't like because y'all wouldn't even know them. So yeah, this doesn't have anything about anybody not liking Tasha K. To be honest, I really wish the best for the lady. It's just, unfortunately, this is news when you make it news. Like, she's on Neighborhood Talk talking about this. Like, of course we're going to talk about it. Like, I don't have any loyalty to her. I don't know who she is. I'm just, covering the things that's happening. Somebody says, Tasha claims she has money. Why doesn't she just pay so she can talk about? Exactly. Oh, okay, because here's the deal. And I'm glad you said that. The only reason why Tasha can't not talk about Cardi B is because she signed this form. She said, if you give me a payment arrangement, I won't talk about you. Once it's paid off, now, if she go to line on the lady can sue her, okay? So just so y'all know, but if she wanted to talk about her again after she paid her, there is no law that would prohibit her from doing so, so she could come on this internet and, do what she does as long as she's not lying. So that is the only thing that's kind of putting her in a messed up situation. Hence is why she started the GoFundMe, and they actually used that against her because they said that she is itching to talk about Cardi B again. That is why she started the GoFundMe. So I don't know, but it just seems like Tasha K is just going down a battle that she ain't gonna never win. Okay, why can't I hype this video? I don't even see the hype icon. No, I haven't used it lately. I don't know let me see if I can do it. I don't think I can hype my own video up. So I don't think I see it on my thing. But can y'all like the video? Because it's only like 65 people liking the video, and it's like 6. I am streaming on a few of my platforms, and I got a total of 637. Well, 646. Well, YouTube is 670 people on both of my channels. Can I please get y'all to like the video? Why do y'all do that? Why y'all just won't hit the like button? So in all honesty, YouTube is a separate entity. Honestly, by all means, I'm not saying shut anybody's channel down. That's not what I'm saying. And in all honesty, YouTube is separate. So they don't really have anything to do with her legal issues. And they're not going to do anything with her channel because essentially, YouTube has their own rules. In order to lose your channel, you have to break their rules. So, I mean, I don't wish that would happen. I really wish the lady would just, do what she's supposed to do. Hey, thanks for being here. He said, listen to this. See, YouTube, I don't know what's going on with YouTube. That's why I'm doing some other stuff, because you're the second person that said this. You said, your hype is not showing. Wanted to hype you up. It's not giving me the option to do so. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on with YouTube. In 3 years that I've been on here, there's times where, it fluctuates and then like it'll be higher, and then sometimes it'll be lower. I've saw that. But the stuff that I'm starting to see on YouTube, I have no idea. Like you're the second person that says you're hype, we can't hype you up. I don't know. I have no idea. I reached out to YouTube with some concerns, and unfortunately, when they respond, it doesn't really seem like you're talking to a real person. Gail at night said the same thing. You can't hype the video. Oh, okay. So Gail's saying, okay, guys, so Gail would know because Gail is a moderator too. So she said you cannot hype the video until after it posts. You can like the live, but have to wait a few minutes after it ends. Come back and hype it up. Okay, thank you, Gail, because I'm trying to, I'm into the YouTube conspiracies because I don't know what the hell is going on with YouTube. So Gail answered y'all question. You cannot hype the video up while we are on it. You have to wait until it ends. But what I need y'all to do is like the damn video. I feel like I be pulling teeth. Can y'all like the video? That's what we can do right now. Like the video. Okay, let's see what y'all saying in the chat. Deborah said the same thing. YouTube, you can only hype the video up when it's off. Okay, thank you for clarification. Yes, it is. YouTube is bot city. Like when a lot of times when you send these emails, it's like they send a message to you that is kind of like bot formulated. And let me just kind of explain how you know it's a bot. Like for instance, my one video, and they said, oh, this video is for 18 and up. So I disputed it and it comes right. Oh, we confirmed it. No, how my question is, how is one video age restricted when I have two of the same videos? I have one video that if you have your cell phone, you can watch it on your cell phone and it kind of fits perfectly for your cell phone. Then the other video, let's say you laying in your bed and you want to watch it on your TV. The screen is fit for your TV. But they put one video in the category of 18 and older, but the other one is fine. And I said, that's the same video, but they've done this before. Like they'll flag one video, but not the other. And I say, those videos are the exact replica. If you even look at the minutes, it's the exact minutes. It's the same video. They can't answer the question. So again, it's a bot. It's a bot situation. YouTube is full of bots. They don't answer questions. And these were, a lot of things that people are complaining about. If you go on YouTube, you hear a lot of complaints about the same stuff. You say you don't have a YouTube rep. A YouTube rep? What the hell is that? Do anybody have a YouTube rep? Maybe they give it to the people with millions of subs. Heck no, I don't have a YouTube rep. Absolutely. Okay. So we getting some information here. You only get 3 hyped per week. And if you've hyped others before, okay, so we getting some information. See, I didn't know that. Adina Kimball 6021 say you can only hype 3 videos up per week. So if you've hyped up 3 videos, well, like they just said too, you can't hype up a video until after it's done. So, but apparently you can only do 3 a week. Even if you can't hype the person, you should be able to see. Yeah, you guys can like the video. Even if you can't hype the person, you should be able to see that their video can be hyped. Okay. But I'm learning though, you can't do it until after the video is over. Tasha may laugh for the internet, but behind the scenes, she is probably feeling every bit of these legal and financial consequences. That Unbothered Act can only cover so much. I don't know. I guess I don't know, because if she cared, why does she continue do it? It doesn't make any sense. Like just yesterday, after you found out that you lost, you were back here doing the same thing. I think something is mentally wrong with the lady. Oh, I like that. Reach out to Emily D. Baker. She she an attorney with a YouTube channel. She may be able to help you. Her name is Emily D. Baker. Oh, it's a lot of attorneys on here though. Oh, what am I thinking? I thought you were saying she was a YouTube attorney. It's a lot of attorneys on here. YouTube is just I don't really know how to answer that. You know, like I said, a lot of people are getting frustrated for the same reason. Obviously, you know, every platform is going to have their rules, but it's discouraging when you are doing what you're supposed to do and they flag your video and say your video is not like a 18. Basically what they're saying is it's something in the video that somebody 18 can't hear, and that's just not true. So I mean, that gets frustrated. It's very frustrating because at that point you be like, look, let me make sure I'm putting myself on other platforms. And I really think everything happens for a reason. You cannot put all your eggs in one, you know, you got to kind of spread yourself out. So YouTube, this was a good platform for me to start, but I got to spread my wings. You know what I mean? When you start playing with my money, you know, you only get to play with my money one time. You know, I ain't one of them people you get to keep playing with me. You only get to play with me one time, child. It's called a YouTube partner manager. You know what? Yes. So I thought that when you got 100,000 subs that you got one, but I never got one. So maybe they changed the rules. Maybe they changed the rules. Because, yeah, I've heard of that, but I never got one. Right. It makes you aware of diversity. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, for this particular situation, there's nothing to report. So if your video, because there are times where, you know, let's say if I was doing a live and let's say I called people up and they started cussing, depending on what they said, like you can say shit, you can say ass. I mean, some cuss words you can say, but then some, if you say it, they will flag the video. But in that instance, it's not a so let me kind of explain to y'all a little bit better. A lot of times if there is something in your video, they will tell you where it is and they'll say you can take it out. If you don't take it out, then we're going to have to put it in the category for 18 and older. Now what I've learned is a lot of times they're not doing that. So that's a clear indication right there. When they don't tell you at what point the issue is, then 9 times out of 10, it's probably a bot situation. So no, this is not a situation where anybody reported anything because there's nothing there. And generally they'll tell you, but I think it's a systematic thing because like I said, even after I reviewed it, what tends to happen is when you submit it for review, they're supposed to have a person to review it. But I thought about it. I said, that damn video is about 4 hours long. They're not going to review that. So they pretty much sent it back and was like, oh, we were right. So just a bunch of, you know, yeah, just a bunch of mess. Like I said, a lot of people are complaining. People getting tired. Narcissistic behavior is what TK is showing. Trust and believe she can't sleep well at night with $4 million debt hanging over her head. Well, if she can't sleep at night, you know, on Monday, we're going to find out how much extra she going to have to pay Cardi B. So I don't know. I don't know, because I would have learned from the first lesson. You are on a payment plan to pay somebody $4 million. And now you got to pay, now you've been sanctioned. So I don't know. I don't know how people like Tasha think. I really don't. I don't understand. So I kind of feel like if she can't sleep at night, then why does she keep doing it? I don't know. I don't know. But thank you for reminding me though. But it is a YouTube partner manager. But like I said, it would, you know, I would think that they would make some kind of introduction. I mean, I have never been assigned one. I haven't been assigned one. But I remember seeing somewhere that at different levels that you do get them, but I don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell you. She probably running his to offset her debt to him. What does that mean? Narcissism. What y'all saying in the chat here? Y'all keep saying that she's not okay. I don't know. Because listen, if I owe somebody $4 million, I'm just gonna leave the US. I ain't gonna be able to pay it. I see you. Holla. It says after 100,000, they will invite you. You should inquire. Right. You know what? That's exactly what I said. It did say somewhere that after 100,000, but you know what? You're right. I'm gonna reach out to them because I'm glad you saw that because I saw it too, but I never was assigned one. So yeah, I'm gonna write that down. I most definitely will because I've never been assigned one. Yeah, YouTube is changing. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all though. When I first started YouTube, it was a lot easier than what it is now. And a lot of this is changing. I don't know if it's with this new administration because our ad revenue has extremely decreased. And yeah, I got to move around. What y'all saying in this chat? It's her ego and her desire to save face. Why would you care about saving face to people you don't even know? I don't know what that is. I would not be saving face with nobody. Girl, just stop. Them people are not going to help you pay your debt. So saving face my ASS, okay? You need to be saving face to your husband and your children and do what you're supposed to do. You want it. What is up with her husband? I wouldn't want a man that couldn't help me when I'm messing up my life. Like, help me, give me some words of wisdom or something. Like, he just sitting there. Is he wearing a dress? Like, something ain't right. It's all regulated now in a way. I get it. People are doing crazy things out here. Eventually, YouTube will be held liable for some of this. Maybe. Did you hear how she talked about the lead attorney about how much money she made more than him and he was a lawyer? Well, listen now, she don't make more than him now. I mean, now he makes a lot. So I don't know. She's telling another lie again. Yeah, she don't make more than him now. So I don't know how much he made as a lawyer, but I know on YouTube he makes a good little pretty little penny, way more than she does. So I don't know why she lying about that now. Tasha be lying. I don't know why she lies so much. Oh, thank you. Congrats on your appearance on the 50/50 show. Proud of you. I appreciate it. It was a couple years ago. She's not making that money. No. And so that's another thing. I think too, when a person first, comes out, a lot of times people are excited and stuff. I think Tasha's mentality has ran its course. I think at some point people want to see you grow up. And I don't think that she's able to do that. You get tired of the same old bullshit. I mean, because even us in our lives, we grow as people, right? We grow, we make a change. So I don't know. But her engagement, it ain't. I mean, I see smaller channels. I see people with 200,000 and 300,000 subs. Their engagement is much higher than hers. So I think it's because of her. People are able to authentically see you for who you are. Now, you can come on this internet and fake all you want to, but these folks can see through you. And I think a lot of people, I think they like her, but they're tired of her bullshit. Okay. I think people are just tired and over it, so I don't think her engagement is what it is. I agree. She needs to move on from the situation. It's too many people. It's too many people in the world to talk about. And keep in mind, you know, the order says she cannot talk negatively about Cardi B. If you want to talk about Cardi B and she wanted to be smart, say something good about Cardi B. That's going to be all over everywhere because the people going to be like, what? She ain't very smart. I mean, she's come this far to only lose it all. That's crazy. She talks about, you know, her upbringing and how she was able to, you know, build her business all to turn around and pay a woman that got way more money than you. That don't even make no sense. That's stupid. I watched that video she did on the lead attorney and she spoke on him bad. Yeah. She probably jealous because I believe he makes a lot of money. He does. He gets a lot of donations, you know. Men are different than women. So the men come in there, they like the video, they send donations, which is, it's a little different when you're dealing with a female audience. They're a little different. So Lead makes a lot of money. Anything Trashy K says, I consider a lie. She has lost credibility. Yeah. Yes, he makes, exactly. Lead makes good money on YouTube, way more. Yes, that's why you don't see him around here working like us, okay? Yeah, he makes really, I mean, he makes a lot of money. I believe, and I don't want to misquote it, but I know YouTube puts out these bulletins, and I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but he was in like, I don't remember if it was 3rd place or 10th place, but it don't matter. He was in there. So he was like one of the people that were getting a whole bunch of donations on his stream. Like people are always, you know, giving him, you know, donations. So, I mean, hey, you can't be mad. Somebody said, wait a minute. So I don't know who hurt you or what the hell you talking about. That's just like me saying black men are dumb, what you just said. You said black women just tell lies and they are not capable of telling lies. No, what happened to you is you got hurt and now you want to take it out on everybody because that's a lie that you told. Somebody telling lies don't got nothing to do with if they black, white, purple, or yellow. So you just go on and get you some help. Go on and get up out of here. Her husband may not be as smart as we think. That part. He could be a provider, but not wise to the world. Well, what is he providing? Because I thought she was the provider. I mean, is he a provider? Well, he should pay that bill that she said that Pinky Cole husband should pay. All the time. And she a Trump supporter. I don't like Tasha or Cardi, but Tasha constantly spreads lies on black people. And she a Trump supporter. Put that on top of it. And she a Trump supporter. Old crispy Trump supporter. Boy, you can't be that black talking about you a Trump supporter, though. That's crazy. Somebody said her husband. Yeah, I don't understand them type of men. I don't like men like that. Okay. Tasha, wait a minute. I got to get this one. Tasha got married on some 90-day fiance stuff. Okay, I just got the email. Okay, thank you. Okay, I got it. Talk about it with Amora. Okay, Amora, I did get your message. They said Tasha K got married on some 90-day fiance stuff. You know, Tasha strikes me, and I don't know if I'm wrong, but I think I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm right, but I really think that I am. She strikes me as a person who grew up with a very low self-esteem. I notice how she worships her husband, and there's nothing wrong with worshiping your husband, but It seems to me as she probably grew up as a person with a low self-esteem and somebody who struggled with finding a man that took them seriously. So I feel like when she did get with her husband, or when they were dating, that she wasn't gonna let him go, honey, because she had never found anybody that had taken her seriously. So I don't know what that relationship is all about, but he doesn't seem to be the man of the relationship because he is allowing her to take their family to shit. The fact that you have to pay a millionaire, because Cardi B is a millionaire at the end of the day. Tasha K is broke compared to Cardi B. I wouldn't give a damn if her YouTube checks was $400,000 a month. Didn't that woman say she spent $100,000 on her kids' transportation? She don't have it like that. You are literally paying a millionaire and won't shut up. You will never win. Just shut up. You are not being smart. I would feel like shit if I had to take money out of my house and pay a millionaire. I'm just going to move to Africa then because I ain't paying it. I'm going to see y'all from Africa because I ain't paying it. Oh, somebody said her mom gave her low self-esteem. Her mom gave her low self-esteem if you go by her stories. Yeah, sometimes we got to get rid of our mamas too. Sometimes they can be toxic. You said no, Cardi isn't MAGA. I never said Cardi was MAGA. I said Tasha K is. No, Cardi isn't MAGA. She went in hard on. Yeah, I know from what she said. I never said Cardi was MAGA. I said Tasha is. And she also campaigned with the Democratic Party during their election. No, I said Tasha K is MAGA. I mean, she literally recorded herself voting for this idiot that we have in the White House. Oh, you said somebody else said Cardi was MAGA. Yeah, I never thought that she was. I mean, I'm sure if she was, they would have been exposed that. I mean, she's talked against the Trump administration multiple times. So I don't believe that. Cardi had a rough upbringing herself. She said she struggled. So I doubt that she want to be anything associated with a damn MAGA. Generally, people, even after you have, maybe changed your life and, like Cardi, she has made a pretty good life for her and her children. She still remember where she came from. Unlike Tasha K, the Tasha K's of the world who get a few dollars and want to vote for the MAGA folks. Never, okay? Never. Oh, I saw that. Right. Yeah, Cardi B, she understands where she came from. Again, unlike Tasha K. Tasha K is, she strikes me as a Black person who wouldn't mind being a white person. Some folks just don't like themselves because there would be no damn way that I would be recording myself. If I was dumb enough to vote for Donald Trump, I would never record myself as if and then say, oh, I didn't think people would be mad at me because I thought we could vote for whoever we wanted to. Not for Donald Trump, you can't. No, you can vote for whoever you want as long as it's not a Donald Trump. I know Tasha K and her supporters look stupid. We all knew the judge would eventually get Tasha. Exactly. And that's what I've been trying to tell y'all. So I'm glad she's coming out being honest because she know once that paperwork come out that I was going to talk about it. So I'm glad she has finally spoken up because all the times that I've been talking about it, she's been saying that it's a lie. Okay. So finally, she has spoken up, but the paperwork has not been produced yet because it just happened. So I said that once it comes out, which will probably be next week, then I'll talk about it. Shut up, you idiot. Yeah, mama. Some of y'all, I ain't even finna block you because I know you slow and you want to be here. If I'm a hater, your mother is too. Hater for what? Oh, you gotta go because you said you voted for Trump. Now you gotta go. You can't be in here. See, you was good.
Feeling rocket or G.
Yeah, you was good until you said that. Bye-bye. You're out of here. Oh, wait, I put it on the damn screen. Yeah, you got to go now. See, you was okay until you said you voted for Trump. You were okay. You see how you ruined it for yourself? Well, I don't know if you was a black man. Looked like a goofy black man. 1 second. People, wait till I get on the damn thing calling me. Stop texting me. Hey, what's wrong with you? You know I'm on live. What's wrong with you? But yeah. This dude, now I'm gonna say I don't even know if he was black, because y'all know people can put anything as their profile picture. Yeah, but if you voted for Trump, you ain't welcome here. Okay. So I blocked you for that. Now, you calling me a hater, I don't care. But you saying you voted for Trump, you got to go. You got to get the going up out of here. What do Obama got to do with this? What? Oh, let me kind of educate you, because you know one thing I dislike is when people talk and don't know what they're talking about. How many Republicans and Democrats was in the House when Obama was president? So what that would mean is Obama cannot do anything without proof. If you want something done for yourself, get out, get you a job, go to school, and do it for yourself, and stop waiting on a government to change your life. I am solely speaking on this man, Trump, because he's a racist. Now, if you want your life changed, you have the power to do it. Stop bringing Obama into your life saying what he didn't do, or he don't even know you. Do it for yourself. Y'all kill me with this stupid stuff. Obama ain't your daddy. He don't even know you. Y'all be saying some of the dumbest stuff. What did Obama do? What did you do for yourself since Obama was in office? You probably still sitting on the same couch in the same house doing the same thing. If y'all don't go on with this idiotic stuff, what did Obama do for you? What did you do for yourself? What is you talking about? Like, y'all be woo-wee. And well, this is what I don't agree. Don't bring Obama into a Donald Trump conversation. Obama is like royalty. Donald Trump is a piece of trash. Don't even talk about them in the same sentence. That man he's a loser. And you want to bring a Donald Trump into a Obama conversation? They not even the same. You talking about a 40-time convicted man who they talking about been messing with kids. Come on now. Can we not put them even in the same conversation? Yeah, y'all know I'm blocking y'all, right? Yeah, I'm getting y'all up out of here. Yeah, and you out of here. All right, but yeah, and for all the ignorant black people that think Trump is not racist, boy, you really need to watch the news and read. You are really a disgrace to your ancestors. You are a disgrace. Why don't you just paint yourself another color? I mean, I would appreciate that. Like when you say stupid stuff, this is why the world that we live in is like this, because of the ignorant black folks that sit up there and say stupid stuff. You say he ain't racist, but you will look at a black person and say they racist. It's just too much. Like I just, y'all, we is in a world of trouble. Like seriously, with these new age idiots that they got out here, we is in a world of trouble. I'm telling you, we got some straight weirdos out here. When they team up with the very person that don't even like black people and say that the person ain't racist, when a person is trying to take away everything that is beneficial to black people, they're trying to remove every black representative in Congress, and you sit your dumb self up there and say, he ain't racist. I don't like you. Like, seriously, you got to be joking right now. You got to be joking. You got to be joking. Suck a dude. What you talking about? Like, this is, y'all are real dumb. That's why I'm blocking you. I don't even want you in my chat. I don't even want you to watch my videos. I don't even like you. Like, seriously. Y'all are real. Like, I don't want your energy. I don't want you on my channel. Go somewhere else. Okay? Sit up there and protect a man that don't even like your black self. Don't like you and nobody that looks like you. And you're sitting there, no, the racist. You want to be accepted so bad. You want to be liked so bad. Why? Like yourself. You want to be liked so bad by somebody who don't like you. If I saw Donald Trump today, I would do like that one man did. That's what I would say. Y'all want to be liked so bad. Like yourself. Love yourself. You said, go ahead and explain how people, because I don't know what is the matter with them. No, it just, that's why I don't like talking about politics on this channel, because it just takes me to another dimension. And let me just be clear with y'all. When this man gets out of office, if you want to be a Republican, be one. But if you don't see what this man is doing, you are the problem. You are the problem. I'm just saying, it is what it is. Like, it's almost heartbreaking to see people that consider themselves black, but yet sit up here and say that the man ain't racist. It's like, when I see that, I be like, where is this world going? Like, we're in a messed up place, a very messed up place. We're in a messed up place. Let me get on to another topic, because, child, I don't want to talk about Donald Trump. Y'all gonna have me up here cussing, and I'm not trying to cuss. But if y'all just joined, I don't know if y'all saw this video, so I'm gonna replay it for the people that may be just joining.
Shit show today in court. Nobody was prepared. It is what it is. Okay, I said, chat, listen, I'm used to losing. I said, what happened, Chase? You got fined. I said, who got fined? You did. I was like, God. Then he said, we did. I said, wait a minute, we. Hold up. We both got fined. He said, yeah, I got to pay 10% of your attorney fees. I said, what? I'm used to losing, but I always overcome, okay? What's the solution, brother? Hey, brother, stay with me. Chad was done. He was like, this is going to be a PR nightmare. I said, what are you talking about? Just said you can't talk about people. You can't talk about them. You can't do that. Take it down. Okay? And even my content was on it. My logo was on it. Take it down. I said, okay, Chad, I'll take it down. I'll take it down. No problem. How much we owe? I don't know. We owe on Monday. But just the order's going to go in. I was like, oh, my God. We lost. We lost. We lost the war. We lost the war. But you know what I have? My dignity. Apparently, it was a shit show today in court. Nobody was prepared. It is what it is. Okay, I said, chat, listen, I'm used to losing. I said, what happened, Chase? You got fined. I said, who got fined? You did. I was like, God. Then he said, we did. I said, wait a minute, we. Hold up. We both got fined. He said, yeah, I got to pay 10% of your attorney fees. I said, what? I'm used to losing, but I always overcome, okay? What's the solution, brother? Hey, brother, stay with me. Chad was done. He was like, this is going to be a PR nightmare. I said, what are you talking about? Just said you can't talk about people. You can't talk about them. You can't do that. Take it down. Okay? And even my content was on it. My logo was on it. Take it down. I said, okay, Chad, I'll take it down. I'll take it down. No problem. How much we owe? I don't know. We owe on Monday. But just the order's going to go in. I was like,
so what you guys are hearing is Tasha K finally admitting that she lost in court. this is for the people that's, that's just joining. So yeah, we're gonna get off the politics channel because I don't know what y'all expect from the government. I don't expect nothing, but I do expect my freedom to vote and my freedom to do what the hell, else that I want to do. But when we have a nasty man with multiple felonies, now I ain't saying one or two, with 34, and wants to change everything to benefit people that look beige and crusty and dusty like him, I have a problem with it. Now, people are in the chat saying, what did the government or what did Obama do for us? What did you do for yourself? Obama don't know you. I'll tell you one thing he did. He gave you health care, and you probably don't have that because you're probably too cheap to pay that bill. So don't sit up here and say, what did somebody do for you? What did you do for yourself? Get off your couch, get you a job. If you can't find a job, create a job for you. Stop asking for somebody to do something for you. Like, what kind of world is that? Like, do you literally vote for the person to get into office? What, you want, a stimulus check? Like, what is it that you want? Get out and, we live in a world of opportunity. You get out and take the things you want. And when I say take, I'm not saying steal. I'm saying make a plan for what you want and go out and get it. Stop complaining about, oh, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. But some of you all celebrate a person that got felonies, and then with all the felonies he got, he actually took a dig at Black people by saying that Black folks was criminals, and that's why y'all voted for him. So you can never win with this man. He's always up to his scams and his shenanigans, and he's just a filthy individual. And one day y'all will probably learn. Maybe one day you won't. Maybe you'll be stuck on, what did Obama do for me? Obama is living his life, and he don't give a damn about what y'all talking about. Okay. So, I mean, that's just it. That's just all. Y'all, what did Obama do to me? What do you know what it's like to be a Black person in a position of authority? Every time Obama tried to do something, they rejected it. They rejected it. They rejected it. Obama didn't have the same time in office as you see this creep having, where he's tweeting things, calling people monkeys, where he's just doing all this erratic stuff that is accepting to y'all because you bow down to white people. You kiss a white people. That's what some of y'all do. So it's acceptable. But you gonna ride that damn pony to hell. What did Obama do for us? Huh? What? What you do for yourself? I just don't understand when people be saying that. What did Obama do for us? Y'all want to be his kids? Okay, let me get off that. So I'm gonna drop the link if y'all want to. What is it saying here? Somebody said I never heard of him calling anybody out of their name. Dude, what? You never heard Trump calling anybody out of his name? Are you a Trump supporter? Because we all heard it multiple times. What kind of, y'all see what I'm talking about? A Black person saying, well, with a Black profile picture. When did Trump ever call somebody out of his name? What? Weird. What is happening here? What are you talking about? I mean, how many times? Like, what? Every Black woman he done called to what's her name? Tanji Jack. Oh, let me just get off this subject because y'all folks is really wearing me out. What did he call? When did he call? What names did he? Is you okay? You want to be white and beige so bad, don't you? It ain't gonna happen. They still gonna look at you like you trash. So love yourself and stop kissing up to crusty white people. Like, stop doing it. Like, stop it already. Like, woo, I know I'm one of a kind because I don't kiss nobody else. especially not those folks. If I did, it won't be theirs, okay? Never in a million years. Y'all be kissing up to these folks, wanting to be these folks, and it is sickening because they ain't gonna never like you. Like, just be yourself. If somebody authentically like you, let them like you. Y'all be saying some of the craziest, stupidest stuff that I ain't never even heard of. Yeah, exactly. Handicapped people, black people. Like, what are you talking about? I can't even watch. Listen, I have a whole politics channel, which I said I need to get back on. But the stuff he does is so depressing that a lot of times I don't even want to talk about it because it's just too much. It's just like, okay, this is too much. Girl, you gotta go because you're just ignorant and you just like, I don't want everybody on my channel, so I'm gonna get you up out of here. You know, I don't consider myself ignorant, and I don't want you to be here if you are. Okay? Did I ban the wrong person? I think I done banned the wrong damn person. Where's that person? I think I done banned the wrong person. Let's see. Okay, Diane, your little dumbass is gone. Yeah. Guess what? If you think I'm a racist, do you think I care what you think, ho? I don't. I bet you I like black people. Have you ever saw a white person trying to prove that they not racist? I wouldn't give a what you think. If that's what you think, okay. I'm not proving to you that I'm not a racist. I wouldn't give a what you think, what you thought. That's your business. You can think whatever you want. I don't live on what people think about me. I don't care what you think. I wouldn't give a damn. I don't care. You should know. If you ain't learned one thing about me, learn that I don't care. Okay? I don't care what you think. You can think it. And guess what I would do? Never convince you that I'm not. Because the people who know me, and I don't give a damn about strangers and what they think. I don't care. You can think whatever you want to think. It's your life. It's your life. You are welcome to your thoughts. So what y'all think about Tasha K? Right. That's why I'm finna start ignoring and just blocking them. I'm finna ignore because I'm not finna spend my time talking about a PEDO. I'm just not. Like, I'm not finna spend my time talking about a PEDO and a college dropout, a man that was so stupid that his own professor said he was the dumbest person like in the whole school. Like, I'm not gonna waste my time talking about him. Not only that, he never really had to work for anything. Just an idiot. Like, I'm not gonna keep wasting my time. I'm not. Talking about, if you're a racist, I don't give a fuck what you think. I'm black. I like black people. So if you think I'm a racist, oh well. I think a lot of white people are racist, and I'm sure they don't give a fuck either. Hello. But yeah, so with the Tasha K story, if you guys are just joining, she did go ahead and admit that she lost. So we got to wait for that paperwork to come out, and we will be able to see exactly what she has to pay Cardi B. So that will be coming out next week. So are y'all going to donate to Tasha K's GoFundMe? Put a 1 in the chat if you're going to donate to Tasha K's GoFundMe. Y'all going to be sending Tasha K y'all's donations? Somebody said 2. I guess that's a no. What's up? What's up? So yeah, but as I said earlier, y'all, I really believe that Cardi B is playing smart. You know, she's playing smart. She is, she's winning this thing. So I believe that the next thing is going to be she wants to get now. I hope I explained this right. Now, Tasha K can stay in her bankruptcy if Cardi B petitions the court, what she can do is ask the bankruptcy court to remove her from the bankruptcy. Remove her, because if Tasha K is not following the order, she can ask for that to happen. And I do believe that that is going to be her next strategy. That's what I believe. You said Cardi is backed by these small hats in that machine. If Tasha K don't sit down, it's going to be 4 million due. Yeah, I think that she's going to sit back and continue to collect her evidence. If y'all recall, that's what she did. Like, she literally sat back, collected her evidence, and her first victory was Tasha K is not following the court order. Her second victory is more than likely going to be, judge, take me up out of here. I don't want to be in this bankruptcy. She's not following the court order. And then she's going to be removed off of it, and she will be able to, go after her, which is rather unfortunate. But yet again, this is what Tasha K wanted. She's still talking about this lady just yesterday, which was after she found out that she lost. So I don't know about y'all. I don't really have any sympathy for her, because, if you don't care about your own issue and you are still doing it, why should somebody else care? Like, why is this anybody else's problem? Like, this is news. I'm going to continue to talk about it. No, she ain't. She ain't dumb. And if she was dumb, her lawyers ain't. Cardi not as dumb as Tasha K think, especially in court. She has a lot of wins. Now, when it comes to love, oh no. You say she better lay low in the Whitney voice. I'm telling you, I predict that the next action is going to be, they want this thing to be wrapped up, because she ain't going to stop. Tasha K is not going to stop. She's not going to stop. I mean, the day of, you're still on your platform. I'm going to be talking about Offset, Stephon Diggs. Girl, you still doing it. Shamika, your mammy, okay? How talking about y'all sit y'all raggedy. Let me see your profile picture. I bet you got a missing tooth. Y'all be on here saying some of the craziest stuff. And when I look at some of y'all profile pictures, I be like shaking my head. Girl, if you don't get your raggedy missing tooth having out of here. Somebody said she an alcoholic. And can't, you said it can't stop, won't stop. Not a can't stop, won't stop. Shit. Who you said her platform is about winos. Not winos. It's going to be a sad day, and I don't think it's paradise in that house as she portrays. Come on now. How supportive can her husband and daughter be with all this mess going on? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she wears the pants in the family. Because, baby, I'm telling you, I wouldn't want no man like that. If you can't help me make some sense of what I don't have, then I don't need you. So I don't know. But I do have I want to show y'all something right quick. So I'm trying to think, do I want to read this or? Yeah, I'm not going to read it because it's too long. I'm going to do that in another video because I do have the documents that her attorney submitted. You said Tasha K will be joining her wino in a minute. Her fans gaslit to think they would support her through and help pay. So she kept going. Well, here's the deal. A lot of people, that come on YouTube you know, they'll watch your videos, but girl, they don't know you. Those people are just watching for entertainment. Why did you think that they would? These are strangers. They're just watching for entertainment. Why would you think that they're going to help you pay your bills? They got their own damn bills to pay. So did she believe that? What is that GoFundMe at? Y'all know? Let's see what Tasha K GoFundMe is. Y'all, I'm about to go look. Y'all, that damn GoFundMe is at a standstill. That mug ain't moving nowhere. It's still at 15,000. That GoFundMe, listen, y'all, that GoFundMe ain't got a donation in a month. That mug ain't going nowhere. That house still hasn't sold. So her house has not sold. Y'all remember I don't know if y'all remember, but I had went, honestly, y'all want to really know how I found her house? I was literally out looking for houses, right? And I was like, wait a minute, this old girl house. So that's kind of really how I found her house, because I was literally out looking. But why the damn realtor keep calling me about that house? I don't want that damn house. I was just being funny. That house is in a bad neighborhood. I don't like that neighborhood. Why she's trying to get, I don't remember, but it was the amount that she was trying to get for it, she dropped it. She's not going to get that for that house. She's going to drop that shit way down to like 600. Ain't nobody paying that for that house. Yeah, that house, if you come out of where that house is, it's like little miniature Compton or something. I don't move in neighborhoods where they don't got grass. So I'm not gonna be able to, that house is not worth it. For the amount that she's selling that house for, you can get a house with a pool in the back in that neighborhood. There ain't nobody gonna buy that house. Yes, they called me because I stumbled upon her house because I was looking for a house. And I was like, wait a minute, that's what's his name house. That's really how I found it. But originally I didn't know. So I was like, okay, I want to see it. But what I've learned to do is when I like a house, I'll go ride in the neighborhood. I don't like that neighborhood. I don't like that neighborhood. I think she paid 400,000 for it, but now trying to get 800,000. That house is not worth it. It's not. I mean, it looks, the pictures and stuff, it looks like a nice house, but ain't nobody finna pay that for that house. It's not worth it. Nobody's gonna pay that. But they've dropped I think they dropped it down to, I don't remember, but she did drop it down. She dropped it down. You said she was crashing out on Cardi again? Child, I don't know. Okay, somebody said that it was 900,000 and she dropped it to 8. Maybe that was it. All I remember is it was like close to 1 million. So yeah, maybe I think you're correct. Yes, I think you're correct. I think you're correct. But yeah, she's dropped the price, but I know she's going to have to drop it a little bit more because that's kind of too high. Somebody said in the beginning, her fans said they would pay. Wait a minute. In the beginning, her fans said they would pay. Now the amount, if fans she has, if all of them would give $20 a piece, it would have been paid off. So a lot of times people will say that they're going to do something. That don't mean that they're going to do it. That's just how it works. You may have a few people that, and maybe they did give it. That's why she got the 15,000. But girl, every fan or every subscriber you have is not going to donate because every subscriber you have don't even watch your content. So that was dumb of her to think that. And in all honesty, too, you got to look at it like this. Some people feel like she shouldn't have did that. Some people, like, girl, you should have stopped when you had the opportunity. And you got some people that's like, yeah, I'll help her. But I mean, you see where it says she got 15,000. She better take that 15,000 and give it to that lady. Because, girl, ain't nobody finna, Listen, I'm not giving her nothing because you did it. You continue to do it. You're not even remorseful for what you did. Exactly. It's still at 15. That's what I said. Well, the house is nice. So that her house is nice. I just don't like the neighborhood. The house is a nice house. I also don't feel for that. I don't feel like it's worth that price. I feel like for that price in that neighborhood, she can actually get a pool. I don't like the neighborhood. Actually, her house is one of the better houses in that neighborhood, if not the best house. I mean, but if she has the best house in the neighborhood, it kind of tells you a little bit about the neighborhood. I didn't like the neighborhood. Don't like that neighborhood. And I think her property is overpriced. No, so the house that she's selling is the property that she owns in Georgia. But of course, y'all know that she moved to what is that? Florida? Right. The neighborhood matters. Exactly. I can't live in no ugly neighborhood. Ugly neighborhood and an ugly house is a deal breaker. That ain't gonna work for me. And I don't want to have the best house on the neighborhood. I want the houses in my neighborhood to be comparable to my house. So yeah, I didn't, that ain't that house. Yeah, I don't think so. Right, exactly. The other houses matter. That's exactly my point. She had the one of the best houses actually in that cul-de-sac. So I believe it was like a cul-de-sac. But yeah, it's her house looks extremely nice. I'm just strictly talking about the neighborhood. I didn't like that neighborhood. I believe it's like in a cul-de-sac where you go and kind of like you can kind of turn around. But once you come out of there, I mean, them houses look like the haunted house. I didn't like them houses. Right, exactly. That's exactly the point I'm trying to make. The neighborhood depreciates her house regardless of what her house looks like. Exactly. The neighborhood ain't giving at all. That neighborhood is not giving. Her neighborhood is not giving. I think if she want to sell that house, she got to probably. Well, here's the deal. I believe, and I got to go back and look. Her house may be one of the higher properties on there. So good luck with that. Good luck with that. If I was her, I would have lived in my house. But I think she was saying something about her son has allergies or something. But I mean, I would have stayed. I don't know. I think too, partially the reason is because her address became public and she probably just didn't want to live there anymore. Right. You got to price your property based on the neighborhood because the value of the other properties can definitely impact yours. Somebody said I need, and see, I'm a little different. Now, one thing I have to have is a good house. The car, as long as it ain't rusty or nothing like that, So some things I can flex on, but I can't live in no ugly house. I will cry. Like I can't live in no ugly house. Absolutely not. But again, Tasha K's house is not ugly. Actually that house is really nice. It's the neighborhood. I can't do that neighborhood. Ain't nobody finna live in that neighborhood. That neighborhood look like they breaking houses. I can't. They look like when you leave, they're gonna break in your house. I can't. Hell to the no. They look like when that neighborhood look like when you leave, they be looking out the window like no. I try to tell this guy that bought a house in my neighborhood to flip that was worst decision he made because the neighborhood is no good and the house been sitting for a year. Y'all think I'm lying. I'm telling you, the neighborhood look like they break in houses. Child, I ain't gonna be able to do it. Do y'all know if somebody broke in my house, I ain't going back up in there? That's how weird I am. I can't live in certain circumstances. Hell to the no. You breaking my house, that's the day that I move. I ain't living there no more. So I can't live in certain neighborhoods. What are y'all saying in the chat? So what do y'all think? Do y'all think that Cardi B is going to, well, I mean, we don't got to speculate because it says in the paperwork that her lawyers is watching Tasha K. I believe that they're going to eventually bring this back to court and ask that this case is dismissed. I'm different. I do not place my whole being on material things. I just want what God has for me and be great. That is a great place to be because I know that God want me in a pretty house. Now listen, I can flex on a lot of things. Like I'm not really into name brands like that. Like there's some things that I like, but I'm not one of those people that be like, I gotta wear this if it ain't this. Now I don't buy stuff from like Walmart and stuff like that. If I do, it's probably something that I'm going to work out in, but I don't, buy stuff like that. It's like a real outfit, but things that I cannot negotiate on is where I live. Okay. Where I live. Now, because I'm a little cheap, I will buy a car that is going to be good on gas and get me to point A to point B because I don't really be in a car a lot. So I feel like I don't need to waste money on that. But when it comes to where I live, I got to do my best. I just can't do it. So I can't listen. Me and my children's father child, well, that was one of the reasons why I couldn't talk to him because I'm like, first of all, we had a house. We used to live by the lake, but we ended up getting rid of that house and he owned a property in the inner city. And I said, I don't live in those places, bro. That ain't gonna work. So you move in your house and I move in mine because I don't like the inner city. No. So yeah, that wasn't gonna work for me. I had to let him know you live in your house and I live in mine because you know what I like. And if you can't accommodate what I like, I'll just go get my own house. And I did. And he was like, dang, you got this house? Yep. Sure did. You ain't finna convince me to live in your old boarded up shack. I'm not living in there. Absolutely not. I ain't doing it. And part of the reason too is because I spend a lot of my time at home. Like I'm not gonna be living in some ugly house. Like I cannot live in an ugly house. It's just not gonna work for me. A ugly house and a rusty car, that ain't gonna work. You said they have FDA loans. What's an FDA loan? FDA? What's that? FHA, maybe? I ain't never heard of no FDA loan. You must be talking about FHA. Well, see, it's not even a so let me just kind of explain to you why I don't like the inner city. One of the reasons why I don't, because I have become very accustomed to not hearing horns, to not hearing a lot of noise outside. And I mean, I just can't do the inner city because I just don't like the noise that comes associated with it. So I've become accustomed to, not dealing with that because I haven't lived. The last time I lived in the inner city, I would have been about maybe 19 or 20 years old. So that's over about 30 years ago. I don't know how to live in no inner city. A homely looking home, not cutting it right. That's where I spend the majority of my time. I got to be relaxed, comfortable, yes. But I love how somebody put in the chat and was like, what did you put in the chat? That was a good somebody. Okay, that was Deborah. Deborah said, I'm different. I do not place my whole being on material things. I just want what God has for me to be great. I don't either. But when it comes to where I live, I do. Now, that is like a deal breaker for me. Like I can't live. I'm telling you, that is the one bill that is like actually the only bill that I'm okay with paying is one for where I live. I have a lot of credit cards, which I tend to only use them if I can pay them off the next month. I don't use them because I don't want to pay them. But other than that, telling you, Give me a good house. I'm telling you, that's how, listen, that's how my kid's father got me, because he knew the way to my soul is to get me a good house. And after that, I was like, we're done. No. Oh boy, that's funny. What y'all saying in the chat? Yes, because that's where I spend all of my time. Like I can't wait to move. I'm telling you, I just love a good homely house with, yes, that's me. You are right, and that is why it's so sad to see her put herself. She is trying to appear unbothered, but let's remember she recently had a meltdown, screaming to be released from the chains, and how her mom and mother-in-law. And you know what? I would tell her, get up out of my face, because you asking somebody to pray for you, but still doing the same thing over and over again. What they praying for? Like, what's the purpose? Girl, go sit down. Yes. So they went to court again. So keep in mind too, when you have an attorney, you don't typically have to show up for the court. Your attorney can show up for you. So yes, I don't know if you've been watching my videos, but I have been doing a few videos, and I have been talking about that Cardi B had submitted paperwork, well, through her attorneys, that Tasha K did not follow the non-disparagement agreement and is continuing to talk about her. Cardi B wanted Tasha K to pay her. And when I say pay her, I mean in addition to what she already owes. Cardi B wants her to be penalized for continuing to talk about her. And Tasha K lost. So she will be paying Cardi B more money. So yes. And we don't know what that amount is going to be because they have not put it in writing yet. Aiden Walker. I love spending a lot of time at home and relax. I go to the gym and go to work after that. Me too. I go to the gym, work out at the gym, and then there's one where I live, and I spend a lot of time at home. So listen, I like it, got to be cute where I live. I'm not into the car thing anymore. Me neither, because girl, I don't like paying no car note. And essentially, I'm not really going anywhere. Like, I'm not like, you know what I mean? Like, come on now. I have been paying a car note since I was young. I'm so over that. I'm not into the car thing anymore. As long as it is decent and cool air, comfortable, great on gas, and no issues. The house is very important, and the location. That is me all day, okay? As long as my car is going to get me to where I got to go, it ain't rusty. It got all of my air and all of that. You know, I'm not trying to be winding no windows down and none of that, but I'm okay with the car as long as it ain't no ancient shit like that. But the house is where my flex starts. Everything else can kind of wait. Right, exactly. And you know what? I actually have I have an electric car, but my car, when I first bought this car, I was just excited at the fact that I didn't have to pay for gas. But what I failed to realize is the car that I purchased, it doesn't have a lot of range. So what that means is, you know how some cars may give you 600 miles of range of, before you have to, charge it back up. Mine's is very low. So when I bought my car, I didn't consider that I had a low range. My car had low range. I just, kind of knew that I didn't have to pay for gas. So generally, if I have to go somewhere and it's a long distance, I do rent a car because I don't get a lot of range with my car. So yeah, I do rent still because, like I said, and a lot of times if I'm going to Atlanta, I always rent a car because when I first got this car, I wasn't really knowledgeable on electric cars. Took this joker to Atlanta, child, and it had to be towed back because all of their pumps was either not working or too far, and I had to get it towed back because I couldn't find a pump. So generally, if I'm gonna, go anywhere to Atlanta, I do not take my car. You said I was always paying a car note too and had the latest car that nobody else had. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I'm so over that car note stuff. Yeah, it can go. Yeah, I bought my last car as long as it holds up because there is no values in cars. Put your money in land stocks and 401k. Nope. As soon as you drive it off the lot, Range Rover with the bar and coach. Range Rover with the bar and coach. You said, I drove all the US and I don't even want to do it again. I want to be chauffeured around. Right. Yeah, they can. Yeah, I can use my money to travel. I don't care about the cars because, like you said, I don't even like to drive like that. Back in the days, I would take road trips. Girl, I ain't taking no damn road trip. The farthest that I'm gonna drive is, I would say 6 hours. That's the max. And if I'm driving 6 hours, I ain't gonna turn around and come back home. So if I'm driving 6 hours, we must gonna be staying there for a few days. I'm just not into the long distance driving. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. You said, yeah, put your money in land assets that appreciate gold, silver. You know something else is a good place to put your money? Life insurance. I don't know if y'all are familiar with whole life insurance. One thing people don't know about whole life insurance is you get a cash value and you don't pay taxes on it. That is the kept secret that people ain't talking about. I'll just give you an example. My son he was thinking about, said that he wanted to do some content stuff. He never got started. So I told him, I said, well, you need a few dollars. And he was like, yeah. So I said, okay, I'm going to let him take a loan out. So the way that it works with your whole life insurance, let's say you have a policy, let's just say a 500,000, right? Let's say you've been paying this policy for 18 years. You may have $100,000 in cash. So let's say you say, I want the whole 100,000. Let's say you take the whole 100,000. They do not consider it as income. So you don't get nothing from them that say that you need to report that $100,000 as income. So typically you get to keep it as tax-free. So let's say again, your policy is 500,000. Let's say you do not pay the $100,000 back. If you don't pay it back, the only thing that happens, let's say you die. Now your $500,000 policy has become less because you remember you had borrowed 100,000 that you didn't pay back. So that's one of the things that people really don't know about. And I had been having our whole life policies for so long, and I had never used it in terms of cash. I would see it, but really never paid attention to it. But then I was, switching some stuff around and I started looking at the value, and I was like, wow, I never even paid attention to it. So that, life insurance is one of those things that people really don't pay attention to. And you literally can have a whole bunch of money in life insurance and you will not be paying no type of penalties or anything. Unlike, your 401k and stuff like that. I mean, so it is some interest that you pay, but it ain't really that much. It's not really. Obviously, the more you take out, the more interest it is. But the goal here is, let's say if you were trying to start a business, right? You could take that money out, start your business, and then if you wanted to put it back, you could. Let's say you didn't. What it would do is just subtract from your from your life insurance policy. So the interest would not, how can I explain it? Like let's give you another example. Let's say for your 401k, right? Some 401k say you can take out a loan, you actually have to pay it back. With the life insurance policy, although it's considered a loan, you don't have to pay it back. If you don't, it reduces your actual life insurance policy. So as you put in the chat, you do have to pay interest. If you don't pay it, it just is, it's going to reduce your life insurance policy. So it depends on, you know, how you want to do it. Like you may say, okay, I'm gonna pay it back. If you don't, I mean, if you have a large enough policy, you know, it will subtract it. But some people may be like, you know, I'm not gonna pay it. But the takeaway for here is you can literally borrow the money and you don't have to consider it as income, which is different from, you know, other different like 401k or whatever. Like for instance, I have one, and one of the things they said is if I use it when I go to buy my house, I got to send them all this paperwork. Did y'all know when I, like, let's say I want to get money off of my life insurance policy, I literally go on the computer, tell them how much I want, and they be like, you want it to go to this account? Yes, that's it. I don't do no other paperwork. Unlike 401k, you got to fill out this. They was like, you got to send us this statement, send us this. I was like, dang. So it's so much that you have to do. If I want to close out my 401k, they're going to send me this thing and they're going to say, you know, they're going to automatically deduct for taxes. With my life insurance policy, it don't work like that. If I tell them I want XYZ, they're going to say, okay, where do you want us to put it? And in a couple of days, it's going to be in my account. So it's kind of seamless. Unlike, you know, the 401k, and it's kind of like a lot of strings with that. And I've also had a 401k when I left a job and I took the payout. And honey, the money that they take off that 401k is nothing nice. So I didn't like that either. They take that money right off the top. But it was just something I was saying because somebody had put in the chat, you know, about not buying a car and investing in 401k. Right. No, we don't like to pay for stuff that don't benefit us or our family. Amen to that. Amen. You can make lots of money with life insurance policy. I took out policies on my mom, my dad, my brothers years ago. I would take some money from one policy and purchase a fixer. Yes, exactly. And it's easy because you literally go on their portal. Let's say you got 25,000. Okay, I want 10,000. Okay, where you want to go? You want it to go in this account? Yes. I like that because it's like I don't have to get on the phone and call nobody. When I looked at this 401k, I'm like, they asking for too much. I mean, granted, I get it, but damn, it's my money. Just give it to me. You said, what's the name? Well, so here's the deal. It's not just my insurance company. It's any insurance. You just need to know the policy. And the policy is whole life. It's whole life. It's a whole life policy. So if you get insurance, like life insurance, you want to get a whole life. And also, too, let me tell you something else about whole life. Once you get whole life policy, like so there's two types. There's your whole life and there's your term. I got both. Like my term policy, it ends at 80. So the policy, so I have two. I have my whole life policy, which it never ends. Your term policy, it ends when you get to be an old person. Now that's when you need it, but the term policies, they cut off at a certain age. So that's the difference. With your whole life, it's forever. Yes, you're right. When you close it, they take your money. That's why I'm trying to use it on my purchase, because I'm like, if I use it on a purchase, they won't take it out. They'll just pretty much give me whatever amount I want. So that's why I'm trying not to do that, because I'm not trying to pay the taxes. I'm not trying to pay that. Stuck between leasing or financing 2027 Beamer. Oh, Beamer. Okay. Okay, Beamer. Or downgrading and saving at least 1K on insurance and car note. But I need something reliable, sexy, and rugged. Any suggestions? I'm up north. Where do you live? You said up north. Are you in Chicago? You know, I'm from Wisconsin. I don't know, girl. You talking about the 27 Beamer. I don't listen. I don't know. You said you need something reliable. Well, you don't have to get a Beamer because guess what? When you go to get that joker fixed, you're gonna be spending a lot of money. Where do you live? Is it snow where you live? Somebody said add a IUL arm on your whole life policy. What is that? I'm gonna look that up. I don't even know what that is. I'm gonna have to look that up. Can you tell me what an IUL arm is? Universal life insurance. Ah, universal life insurance. Oh, I know. So I'm gonna have to, yeah. I just switched my agent too, because I had this white guy, and I just had to. I asked him. I said, are you a MAGA or something?" Because he started acting weird. So he got to go. So I went back to, this black guy that I had before, but I had to let his ass go. He started acting like he was MAGA or something. What the hell from over here by me? Yeah. So I'm gonna ask him about that. Because like I said, I just switched back to my other guy because that other one had to go. I don't know what this person is saying. Somebody said, get your credit up. Yes, get your credit up. Yeah, I mean, if you got bad credit, but you know what I learned because I used to help people fix their credit? People would get their credit fixed all to go out and do the same shit again. They would get their credit fixed. That's why I stopped helping people with their credit. I used to help people with their credit. I stopped because I realized they only wanted their credit fixed to go buy a car, not pay the car note, and then come back to me 7 months later. And I was like, oh no, 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 no. People will fix their credit, go get a car, don't pay the car note, and come back to you 6 months later. So I stopped helping people fix their credit. So what I then start doing is showing people how to fix their credit. Because I'm like, you're not going to keep coming back to me, 7 months later after I fixed your credit saying, I got one more thing. No, ma'am, I fixed it. You went out there and got yourself a car and you didn't pay the car note. I used money from my policy to purchase my home when I was 25 years old, the best investment. And also what you said was very smart. This is something we don't do. And I wish well, I shouldn't say I wish I had did it because before my father had passed away, it was years before he had passed away. I had told my grandmother, which is his mother, that, I was going to this was during the time when my kids were little and we were getting these life insurance policies. And I had told my grandmother because I wanted her to talk to him. And I was like, talk to him because I need to get insurance on him too. Sometime as Black people, we could just be, I don't know what it is, but I guess she didn't want me to get insurance on him. But yeah, but he still ended up eventually dying. And that's one thing we don't do is get insurance on folks. And it's sad because one thing gonna happen is they ass is going to die. And generally, a lot of people don't have life insurance. So what you said is that you had life insurance on, a few people, and that's good. That's really good. She said, how do you get your credit score to get higher than an 820? Well, first of all, in order to have a good credit score, you have to have installment, which is a car note, or it don't have to be a car note, but whatever installment loan you have. You have to have revolving credit. You must have credit cards. In order to get your credit score to be high, you have to have a mix of revolving credit. You have to have installment credit. Let me just check something because I think I'm mixing something. Okay, yep, I was right. Yep, that's it. Yep. So it's only two types. So you have to have two types of credit. You have to have credit cards and you have to have installment loans. So this is how you get your credit score. Let me just teach y'all something, because let's say you use all of your available credit. That is going to make your credit score low. So let's say you are in a situation where you have used all of your available credit and you can't really pay it all down other than making minimum credit payments. The way that you make it higher is you go open up more credit cards, but don't use it. Because if you have more available credit than what you're using, it makes your credit score higher. Now, if you're using all your available credit, your credit score is not going to go up until you pay it down. Now, if you pay your credit, you know, your credit, like your what is those things? Your credit cards down, it'll make your credit score go up. The less you utilize your credit, your credit cards, it goes up. So let me tell you what I do. Paying it on time too, yeah, but it is only going to go up when you use less. I pay my credit cards off every month. There's one or two that I don't pay off simply because I got like a 0% interest. So it ain't like I'm paying nothing anyway. So it's like $50 on $5,000. So it's like, okay, with that one, I could just pay that because I'm not really paying interest. But the way that you keep your credit score up is, one thing I do is I pay all my bills with a credit card and then I pay it off. But I pay it off before it hits the credit bureau. So what that means is my credit cards will always report is as well under what I actually use. So I may use $5,000, but by the time they report it, it may say I owe $500 because I've paid it off. So you always want to keep it down, and you should, I think they want you to use, I don't remember what the number is, but it should be, I think, no more than 25% of your available credit. So if you owe, let's say if your credit limit is 5,000, let me make sure. So if you have a 5,000 credit limit, you should probably not use more than 3,800 of it. But if you have multiple credit cards, whatever, you know, the balances is, you shouldn't use more than 25% of that. So yeah, you can use your, you can now, if you pay rent, you can get it to report on your credit report. There is a service for that. So what I normally do is, Boggs girl, all of my credit cards, I know when they report to the credit bureau. So I normally pay them. Let's say they're going to report in 2 days. I normally pay them before that, but then after the 2 days, you know, they reported it right. Now I can use them again. So they always report as lower than they actually are. So you just got to notice. It took me a minute to figure that out, but yeah, keep your utilization under 33%. That's good. So guys, I got to get going to the gym here. If you guys can make sure you have liked the video, I would appreciate it. And y'all said that y'all wanted to come up. I dropped the link. Didn't nobody come, but that's okay, because I said on Thursdays I was going to use this Thursday as, you know, a date that if y'all wanted to come up, y'all could, you know, you could have came up if you wanted to. The credit score, pay your bills. Yeah, you definitely got to pay. Yeah, you're not going to have a good credit score by not paying your bills on time. So I assume that y'all knew that already. You definitely got to pay your bills on time. If you pay your bills late, yeah, that's not going to work. That's going to mess your credit up. Don't pay it late. I had a credit card bill where I literally forgot, because I actually I have like 2 bills that I go and take them because I just don't want to mail it. But I had this one credit card where I had went in there to pay it, and I never forget, it was during the pandemic. It was a long line and I had to leave. Do y'all know I forgot? I ended up paying it, but I paid it past 30 days. That shit brought my credit down. But that was because it was now like 3 years ago, it doesn't really affect me now. But I remember when that shit first happened, it literally brought my credit score down. I was so mad because I was there, and because they had so many people, I left and I just forgot to come back. So yeah, don't pay stuff late, because one late can bring your shit down like 40 points. Don't late. You cannot pay. Don't pay anything past 30 days. You know, they can only report it if it's 30 days. I would say, you know, try to keep it within 20, 25 days or whatever. Don't pay past, you know, that, because you're going to get yourself in trouble. But yeah, as long as you're paying everything on time, keep your utilization down on your credit cards, it will eventually build itself. I'll give you an example. If I were to use a good majority of my credit cards and my utilization is high, I would have like a 650. Now, if I pay it down, my credit score will go up like 100 points. That kind of gives y'all an example of how, you know, if you keep your utilization down, it can bring up your credit. Somebody said, how do I remove a charge off? You know what? I'm glad you brought that up. So I actually have letters. The quickest way to move a charge off is not have the address to match your address. So what you're also, whenever you're disputing things on your credit report, the best way to get it off is have the address not match. So let's say you got a charge off when you lived in Chicago at one address, but let's say you moved to Mississippi. It's easier to get stuff off your credit when the address doesn't match, because you can say, that wasn't me, I didn't live there. Now, if you live at the same address that you're disputing it, that's going to be a problem, because things are reported to your credit report by what? Your address. Did y'all know you do not have to give people your social security number and it will still show up on your credit report by the address that you use? So if you're ever disputing something, don't use the address that you got that bill in, because they're going to bring it back as a verified debt. Yeah, so that's like one thing that you want to know. Now, I was thinking about, like I said, I used to help people with their credit. I stopped because it was just too stressful. But I have different letters for different things. Like back in the days, like when I was young, my credit was bad because I had got all these credit cards. But now that I'm old, I know how to manage it. I don't use them. I got a few that I use, but like I said, I pay them off. But y'all, I gotta go. I gotta get to working out. Make sure you guys go ahead and like the video. Let me know how y'all like these sessions. Like I said, we're live Monday through Thursday, starting at 4 o'clock. I don't know if I'm gonna come on tomorrow, but I think I'm gonna do a video because I have the documents and I want to go over the documents. But I'll see y'all later. If you have not liked the video, go ahead and like the video. If y'all have not subscribed, please subscribe. Another thing, if you guys have enabled your bell notification, please check that out, because some people have been saying that they wasn't notified of the video. So if you guys can go ahead and make sure you are still, subscribed to, get the notifications, that'll be great. Other than that, I'll check you guys in the next video.